Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight was earlier. And also, I hope you're, keeping an eye, especially if you have children. And of course, whether you have a loved one out there, is to make sure they're safe. You know, um, it takes a lot in relationships, like to trust them where you don't have to spy on them or anything, that you want to have that trust with them, and let them have their space when they need it, but also be there as a love and support to them, to show how much you appreciate them. So anyway, I love you so much. This is Starlight, and I really do. I care about you all. I'm always thinking about you all the time, So I really hope you get a lot of help from this video. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you can give this video a thumbs up, and you can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you can also share my videos with your family, your friends. A caterpillar? Yeah, sure, you could share my videos with a caterpillar, and a fawn. You could share my videos with a fawn. Starlight loves all the animals except for biting bugs and flies, but I love all the animals out there. And also, don't forget, you can check out my playlist, and Starlight found her bell. Um, don't forget the notification bell. That way you don't miss any videos. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. So today, Starlight has been like in a dressed up mood, and so that's what I did today, is to dress up. And for a special video today. Today's a special video. One of my favorite topics. It's about relationships. It's going to be about love. So this is what this is about, is who is not searching for love? There are people out there, would you believe it? I have met them where, whoops, sorry, my hair is little. I have met either men or women where they gave up on men or women. They don't want nothing to do. They don't even want friends with benefits, and they don't even want, one night stands. They like the life the way they are, being single. That is definitely not Starlight, and a lot of times what happens is, people get hurt so much from their past relationships that they just, I don't have a white towel here, or they just throw like, I surrender, I give up, I'm quitting, I don't want nothing to do with this, because they don't want to experience any more pain, and they're more than likely having a hard time forgiving those people, what they've done to them, and how it actually affected them. And so let me see, I got, my mind is going all over on this topic. So yes, it is tough. I know my grandson, he's 14 years old, and I think he just went through his first heartbreak, with a girl that he was, taking us, like slow and steady. He wasn't jumping into stuff. He was just getting to know her and spending time with her. And, I believe that he's going through a hard time. And it's, no matter if it's your first time getting hurt, it is very painful, in the beginning, your very first time getting heartbroken, depending on what you went through, and that goes for men and women. So this is not only going to be about relationships, it's also about family and friends, because this is a topic about what is love. What is love to you? What do you consider love? So, and what I was saying earlier about like relationships, and and that's why I think a lot of men and women, I really don't know what, I don't believe the percentages out there, or the averages that they say out in the world is like, oh, like they, pick maybe 100 people and ask them, personal questions, the ones that are willing to answer. And then, they're like, have you, do you want love? Or maybe, you're done with it and maybe you just don't care anymore. And then they'll ask all these people all these questions or different kind of surveys that they have out there. And, I don't get it, because to me, you'd have to ask every single person in the world to get the right kind of average, as far as people. It never made sense to me, because you can ask a whole another 100 people and you're going to get a different results. You're not going to get the same results with every 100 people and ask them certain questions like a survey. So it doesn't make any sense to use averages, but I don't know the number out there of people that have given up, or the people that are like Starlight, not that I'm really searching right now, is, are they searching? So, have you given up? I hope not. Is that, like I said, I recently talked to a lady, and, to me, it says a lot. It really does. It sounds to me, I could be wrong. I'm not a psychologist or anything like that, but, I don't think they really want to do the inner work on themselves, because that it's not about the people that we involved ourselves with. It's a lot to do with us, what we allow them to do with us, and why did we allow them to do whatever. Sometimes it has to do because we're young and innocent and ignorant of the things that could happen, so that definitely happens. And a lot of times we trust people and we open up our hearts and let them come in, and then we get deceived. But a lot of times in those cases, we didn't take enough time. And I say we, yeah, I said we, me and you and I, us, didn't take enough time in the beginning to even get to know them. So now I'm going to go to like friendship, family and stuff like that right now before I go into the relationships. So I'm kind of going here and there. So friendships, I just lost somebody, and I made a video not too long ago, is, like, how long does it take to make a friend? Now, everybody's got different answers, and you are definitely, there's a person that would argue with me on this topic, and that's why they're no longer in my space, is because, love, which I got these notes down from the Bible. These are all from the Bible, or different things that I found, is what love is. And 1 Corinthians 14, starting off with verse 4, chapter 14, verse 4, number one, this is where many people fail, is because love is patient. That means that, a lot of times, it doesn't always mean this, though. Sometimes it could be the opposite. A lot of times, it could be the girl that says, I want to wait. But then, depending on your background, if you're old fashioned like Starlight is that now, I mean, I have definitely had a lot of lessons to learn in my life as far as relationships go. And it doesn't mean that you have to be married to have good advice to help people out as far as relationships. It's about experience. It's not about reading something out of the book. It's actually living it, feeling it, and learning from it. So those are the ways that you're really gonna get more out of something than just reading from somebody else's experiences, learning it yourself and feeling the pain of what it feels like to get hurt when you possibly were, of course, in a relationship and you felt the pain, or even not just relationships, but friends or family where you get hurt, and that's where people, a lot of times, that's where the pain starts, is from your family or people that you thought they were your friends. So Starlight doesn't jump into friendship right away. And I've had many people, meet me and instantly say, oh yeah, this is my friend. And I do have a lady that I just helped recently, and I'm like, wow, I can't really spend any time with her. There's something, she might have some health issues, some problem, that I'm thinking. So I really can't be around her, but I was trying to help her out to go to get some food, and I forgot her name, but I couldn't say this is my friend. She's not my friend. And I definitely, like I said before, is I had a man, that was pushing friendship on me, and the energy was never right from the beginning. It was never right from the beginning. There was something I always like, God, what is up? Why, what is going on with me? Because something in my body, my intuition, was communicating with me, and I definitely felt it. You got to listen to your body. What is your body telling you about the people that you have in your life? Do you feel safe? Do you feel comfortable? Or are you on edge, with that person all the time, where you're like, Starlight is definitely one of those people that if I there's people like this, they should have been like private investigators or reporters or something like this, is when they ask me too many personal questions without even knowing me. That's, to me, is like a really big, huge red flag. It's like my boundary has, they just charged right in. And that's why I was having a problem with this particular person, is because they were, like asking me things, and I'm sorry, is that they would ask me, can I ask you this personal question? But man, it's like, and then I always like, okay, what is this question? What is the reason for that particular question or that question? So love is patient. So like with a friend or somebody that wants to be your friend, is they might instantly say, hey, we've talked a few times, we're friends now. And I say, no, we're not friends. So love is patience. You can have love for a friend. There's nothing wrong with having love for a friend, as long as, friends turn into relationships at times. So, but if you already are in a higher love with somebody, is it all right to have a friend that you love as a friend, just a friend? Yeah, it's all right, because that's what God wants us to love each other, so anyway, with family, so these are different things like friends, family, family, you know, um, does your family love you? So are they there loving and supporting you? And I'm just going to read a whole bunch of different things, you know, um, like I don't believe by you should be looking out for the person for best interest, not your best interest, and Starlight's working on a project right now, and that was one of the parts that I did right, is whoopsie, is you should be looking out for their best interest, making sure that whatever advice that you give them, it's to help them out, whether you disagree or don't disagree or agree with what they're desiring to do, is that you should really help them out and for their best interest, not because you want to control the situation so then you benefit from whatever it is that they're going through. So I'm going to read this because of time. So love is it's a commitment of extend oneself for well-being of another, and that it requires kindness, selflessness, and sacrifice. I've sacrificed a lot for the friend that I have right now. Believe me, I've gone through rings of fire to really to give myself and show myself, as a true friend. So sacrifice, I have definitely sacrificed lots for this particular friendship. So in 1 Corinthians 14:4-8 says, love is patient. So there is somebody out there, yeah, that person has been patient. You might think, is your family patient with you, or are they pushy, or are they controlling? Love is kind. Are they kind? Or like the person that I just let go, they were sarcastic with me. Starlight doesn't like that shit. You know, so being over nosy and stepping in my boundaries, forcing your way into my life, trying to claim that I'm a friend when I'm not. So you could go around and saying I'm your friend, but I'm not going around saying you're my friend. So so love is kind. Love does not envy. This person did. This person envied what Starlight was doing because that person desired to do something similar, but Starlight had to let love guide her and not fear. And, so they shouldn't be jealous or envious of where you are in life. That is real love right there, is that they should be clapping, cheering you on, and supporting you. Whether you agree with what they're doing, are they hurting themselves? Are they hurting others? No, no? Okay. So what's the deal? So also love it does not boast or rejoice in wrongdoing. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endure all things. So, I'm talking about friendships and a mixture of like family and, relationships, whether girlfriend, it could even be where you're just close, super friends right now, or even like a twin flame relationship, where, like you're that close, you're working on, the building up a relationship, a strong foundation. So you're patient, love is kind, love does not envy, so, that special someone out there, you're not like, oh, like you want to, you can't wait to see them fall or fail. It's that you support them in what they're doing. You're the cheerleader in their life. So in the Bible, it also calls it, now this is a good one. I love this one. Now I do have some, my own opinions, but they would only be opinions. But I do have certain things, and I do understand people in the United States. I have to say, it wouldn't be people, so I am around a lot of people that are not from the United States, but they got brought to the United States, so foreigners, so it is something is that I have met lots and lots of people in the United States that I either knew, related to, or whatever, and talked to, and they had a problem with people coming from other countries coming in the United States. So I'm open to talk about this. You want to talk about this? I like I said, I will talk pretty much about anything about politics because it's not my strength. I do talk about politics in some of my videos, but it's really about other kind of facts. It's not about the history that, so God wants us to love our neighbors as ourselves. I remember that is somewhere in the Bible. And it says foreigners. How many U.S. citizens, when I don't really want to say they divided us with all the states the way they've done this, I didn't know that until I learned that from my mentor, but they did. They've been dividing us from the very beginning, taking the land away. And I didn't know this until after my brother died, is that my grandfather, my grandfather on my dad's side is has a Native American in him. So, and I was told I was an Indian my whole life. So we're supposed to, love people even if they are from another country. And this is a big, huge war that they have created out in the world. And, on that point though, is I believe if people do come to the United States, one of the things that they definitely should do, besides have all their paperwork and all that, make sure everything is legal, is to get them to learn English. Because I would love to talk to them, and this is where I live, so that is one thing, because I'm not against people coming here, because if I was where they were, I would love to come to the United States too, if I was going through abuse and going through some crap in another country. Not saying that everything's, that everything is going to go, always perfect. And, you're going to have your trouble here too, in the United States. But I believe that foreigners that do come to United States, that should be a part that they get free training to learn how to speak English. So then we can get to know each other. And so we're not divided because we can't talk, because the energy, it's just I'm around people that speak different languages all over. And, like this morning, that's what happened, is that I didn't know a word. You could feel their energy, but I didn't know what they were saying. And I wanted to say something, but what could I say? So I really believe that is my thing there, is that they learn English when they come here. But and also to love your enemies. I've had where like I thought there was something going on with somebody, and you know what? I forgave them. I was confused, and I said, you know what? I just want the best for you. I am amazed. I don't know how, because this is who I am, is I am a light worker. It's got to be something, because I've had some wicked, crazy ass shit that I've endured in my life. And every single one of those people I have forgiven. And today there's one particular that I am still in contact with, that I went through hell with that person, and I am helping them out right now. Isn't that a twist? That's like a 360, where, most, and this is where people need to get healed, is because they could not do what I'm doing, if you only knew, the stuff that I endured as, growing up. So, and I love that person. I pray for that person. I pray that God would help me to help that person in spite of what they did. That is unconditional love. So, hang on, I got I had a call there that was coming up and it won't let me record, so I had to do that. So also, like I said, is to love your enemies. So where did everybody go? come back here. The video is not done yet. So also, love does not delight in evil, but rejoice in truth. So it always protects. So, that is so true. It always protects, so those, this is how you're going to tell. Does your family really love you? Are they protecting you? Or are they the problem? Are they part of the problem? Yeah, they're part of the problem. Those are more than likely the ones that you're going to have to let go. That relationship you're into, are they protecting you? Or are they, sending people, or getting you into situations that you don't want to, but they pressure you into it? And, they're just a take from you. They're not there to, to protect you from that stuff. They're bringing it to you. They're actually, getting other people involved to take from you. So those are not the kind of people that you want in your life. So, and always trust. So and it takes time, like I mentioned before in the video, is like, how long does a friendship take? So it builds, like you just feel the people out, and so it does take time, because we all need healing from our past, from past hurts and pains that we've endured in our life. So it does take time, and you don't want to build a wall around your heart. That is if you want love to come in, because even if you need to get healed, but you got this big wall around you, how is somebody like Starlight going to help you out when the wall is so, you've worked so hard to build that wall so nobody come in, so, and that's why if you're searching for love, but you got this big wall, that's why you're not probably finding the kind of love that you want, because you need time to heal. You need to find out who you are. Maybe you don't know who you are. There's layers to finding out who you are. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. And yes, it takes years to really to discover your true, your true being of who you really are. So, and love is patient. You don't want to being patient and just take the first guy or the girl that comes along and say, and what is it, why you're in such a rush, you know? And it is tough because I've been there. I know what it's like. There's times that I try to find a male that I can snuggle with. How does that go? It doesn't really go, you know? It doesn't really work. It's like it would be great to find somebody like that where you could trust them, and have a time to snuggle without no sex at all. But really, does that really work? That's a very, very hard thing to find. It is out there. That person is out there, a guy or a girl that, they actually understand and they're not going to go over the boundary of what you set up and say, you know, but that would be very, very hard to find, because I have actually laid in bed with a man, you know, and didn't have no sex, and so it is out there. It's just very hard to find. So love always hopes, always severe. I believe that's the word. And love never fails. God has that unconditional love. And I have some unconditional love in my life, and so that is where, you totally respect each other and you're there for each other. And, like I've been hearing this song because I go to McDonald's in the morning and they play the old music like from McDonald's music. But one of the songs that I get in my head sometimes, you're not my you're not my stepping stone, So that's not what love is, when people just use you, and use you because they want to step on you to get up there and climb up the ladder. That is not love, is by, using that, so that's not love. Love is, like you give without expecting anything in return. So you always gotta, and just because somebody gives you something doesn't mean that they love you. So there's a lot of people that get that mixed up, and I've been one of them, is to think, oh, there's all different levels of love. Even a stranger could give you something, or family members, but love goes deep, and unconditional love is even deeper than that, and a higher love, where, I've had a friendship I thought it was a friendship long time ago, where I overlooked things that they were doing. I overlooked it. How do you think, what does God do to us, they put such an ugly name on God out in the churches and stuff. They really did. I really don't like what they've done with God. Is they really did. They made God really look really evil the way they put it out there. So God loves us unconditionally. Look at all the stuff that we do. And is God coming down here and beating us up with a hammer or something? Because we did something that wasn't pleasing in God's eyes. So I am so grateful for the things that I'm learning on this journey here, and where God is blessing me with my dream in my life, my dreams in my world. My dreams come true right now. So, but that means I got to do the work. There's some people that I know right now, they think that, hey, I don't have to do anything. Everything's just going to happen, the way it's going to happen, and I don't have to work for anything, and everything's just, going to come and land on my plate. I wish I had a plate right here because I don't. But no, we have to do the work. We have to, we can't just sit around and twiddle our thumbs thinking, oh yeah, it's just, God's just going to give me everything. No, and this is where people mess up a lot, is because they're so distracted in life, and then they get upset with God. They don't think God is listening. God, they don't think that God is even helping them out as far as love goes or relationship goes. But what are you willing to sacrifice? I've sacrificed a lot for love in my life. I gave up, what is it? I gave up alcohol. I gave up marijuana. I gave up, I don't even drink coffee really. Once in a while, I have a cup and that's it. But let's see, I changed my diet around. I don't eat meat anymore, and not that my diet's perfect. So there's things you gotta, kind of give up. And some, like I don't smoke cigarettes, and I'm working on myself. So I've sacrificed a lot. I've moved out of New York. I got out of my comfort zone. I, took a step of faith, and now, God is blessing me with unconditional love out there because I've worked so hard for this, and I'm going to continue, even there's times that, you might be all on your own, but, and when you are on your own, this is the great time to say, you know what, I'm going to work on myself and do better in my life, get myself to be a better version of myself so I am ready for that one, that special someone. That way, God can, you know, like I do the I ams, I am in the frequency of the vibration of, unconditional love. I'm going to like bring that in. So we're the ones creating our reality, but if you are not ready for the one that God really has for you out there, we all have like a twin flame, is that you got to do the inner work, and it's a lot of, a lot of work, so, and you gotta, like, and you're gonna be tested. God has tested me so many times as far as like a twin flame relationship, and I mean, how many guys have God put in my path, like, how about this one? How about that one? How about that? No, 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 no. And yeah, twin flames, they actually, with a twin flame relationship, sometimes you get a runner, and that's what Starlight was doing as I was running. Sometimes I get my twin to run away, because the love is so powerful, but I came back. I came back to my senses. I realized that I couldn't live my life without my twin. So that is unconditional love, where you're gonna have times in any relationship, whether family, friends, or loved ones, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife, or even a twin flame. The ultimate, relationship that you can ever have. Where I actually told somebody what a twin flame relationship was, and they're like, no, I don't want that. That is just too much. I couldn't deal with the pain. But, they don't understand. Yeah, it's very painful at the bottom when you do hit, but you're building a stronger relationship with that one. And, where you're there to, you might even separate for a time, but you're constantly thinking of that person all the time. It's like you can't get away from that person no matter how hard, if you try, because they're the ones, they're the one for that was made for you. So, and the only way to get that is that you have to, it is sacrifice. It's sacrificing a lot. It's saying, you know what, I'm gonna work on myself. Yeah, I'm gonna have my moments. We're gonna have our ups and downs, but it's coming back together, and it's still trusting each other, and taking, like understanding each other, and, being patient, because things don't happen overnight. So, if you got somebody in your family or like a relationship that are not these things, or are the things that they should not be, those might not be the ones that you have, that's supposed to be for you in your life. You might, when you let go, God, when you make space in your life, God will put somebody new in your life and replace that person that was not meant. I just lost a subscriber on my YouTube channel because that person had to go. It's like, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna have somebody, like the energy was toxic, sarcastic remarks. I don't need to put up with that shit anymore, so and it's funny, I let go of a lot of people this week, and God blessed me right after. So anyway, I do love you so much. I really hope, I love all of you. I do. I love everyone. There's not one person I don't love, and I've gone through hell in this world. I have. So I love everyone. And, and like I said, I am actually helping somebody now that has done me wrong long time ago. And I love that person so much. And I even told that person that, you know what, I just want the best for you. That's unconditional love. That's the kind of love that God has for all of us. That he did get, God, not that God's a he, but God gave his only begotten son, to die on the cross for us so that we may live, and have, life here, so thank God, things didn't go the way they could have gone, and always, reach out to Jesus, because Jesus is the way, the truth and the light. So I love you so much. This is Starlight, and you can give this video a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can share my videos. Hey, if you got real good friends, or even, hey, if the friends, your family, are not doing so good, hey, share my videos with them. They could get some help, teach them, hey, listen to the Starlight chick, about what love is. You're not loving me. Look at the stuff that you're doing. You're not protecting me. You're putting me out there to the wolves, so that's not love. So you really got to protect your energy and protect yourself and your family. That's true love. So you could share my videos with a monkey. People are going to hear a monkey in the library here. I kind of overdid it on that. Let me see. A whale. You could share my videos with your pet whale. What's your pet whale's name? Willie. So besides share my videos with your pet Willie the whale, you can also don't forget to leave a message down below. Beep, beep, beep. Don't forget the notification bell, and you can check out my playlist. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I love you all. I do. I love you. So, be patient. Don't settle for something, that you're like, it's like, you know, um, going out to eat, like, what are you going to go to McDonald's or this fancy healthy restaurant? What is, oh, McDonald's, well, good luck. Start. I just go there to, study in the morning and keep warm. So anyway, it's up to you, the kind of people that you pick in your life, but there might be some that you have to let go because, you will make space for God to replace those people that are toxic, people that are being sarcastic to you, people that are envious of you, people that, they can't wait for you to fall. Those are the ones that you want to let go. But the ones that love you unconditionally, the ones that are there, the ones that are helping you, the ones that are holding your hand, they're pulling you up, not pushing you down, not stepping on you, those are the ones that are dear and you need to keep in your life. So anyway, I love you so much. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.